Peace and blessings. This is Brother Sakim coming at you from Harlan, right across from the Apollo Theater. And I, today, had the honor of having the man they call Red Pill on my platform. Sonetta was so gracious to let me use his setting, so we're going to go ahead and give it to the man of the hour.
Peace, brother, man. Peace to the family. Yes, indeed, this is your brother Red Pill, representing Know the Ledge, also representing the Paradigm Shifters. You know, we out here on 25th, across the street from the Apollo is the district. You know, a conversation that we were having earlier about the importance of this area in Harlem, this I will call it the Mart 125. You dig what I'm saying? This whole area around the Mart 125, which used to be in its prime time a black mall for black entrepreneurs, right? Small businesses, future millionaires and potentially billionaires inside of that mall right there was all black owned and, you know, people of Hispanic origin and whatnot. But after that got shut down, the gifts or the physical, you know, inventory was cut off. And then the vendors were birthed on the streets. So it went from there to the people in the streets. Now, these tables that you see out here represent small businesses, but in a more smaller version, in like an open air market. It's a marketplace. So anywhere that we will go, not anywhere on a continent, let's say if we go to Marrakesh, right? There's an open marketplace. This is how Africans do. They go into the open and they bring out their wares. They bring out their designs. They bring out their inventions. This is how artists are able to do what? Not become starving artists, but this is how artists are able to pay their bills, maintain being self-made, and also have the possibility of hitting it big time. You feel me? So now we have our brothers and sisters that are out here in the streets, and what we had out here for about 10 years and almost 15 years to be exact is that we had information. So in this mall, they were selling hair, they were selling coats, furs, you know, paintings, artwork, food, and all of these other things. But then when it got transferred to the streets, there was a different form of food being served. There was a different form of art being served. There was a different form of culture being served. And that was during the VHS DVD era, where Brother Sonetta, Brother Big Man, Brother Baba, Brother Rich, Brother Amun, you know what I mean? All of these brothers, Brother Bobo, when he was down there, the Jamaican brother, it was so many people who were disseminating information before Netflix, before YouTube, before any of these digital, before websites. People were already globally known. It was a global network built around the globe based off of transactions and based off of people that were out here making it happen, building nodes, building networks, connecting globally. People were getting booked out of the country based off of a lot of the stuff that was being done in Harlem and also Brooklyn as well. Shout out to my brother Shabazz, Third Eye Production, and shout out to all of the vendors that are in Brooklyn who were doing their things. There was a lot of Jamaican spots, like Jamaican stores and whatnot. They would carry DVDs, they would have racks and whatnot of information, and they would spread the word. So before there was the internet, people knew who Bobby Hemmett was, Delbert Blair, Phil Valentine, Dr. Sabi, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson. Before they was on the Breakfast Club, people knew who Umar was. You dig what I'm saying? It was being disseminated right from this spot that I'm standing in, right in this black dot, right in this area. This area vicariously is responsible for shifting and changing the world. In a matter of a decade, there needs to be some kind of plaque on the floor. Over by the Apollo, they got the star, but there needs to be some kind of plaque on this floor. I'm not just talking for me, I'm talking for, there's been a group of people who have been putting in work in this area right here. But when you take this cubed area, because this cubed area gets you into the National Black Theater where the debates happen. This cubed area gets you into the LIU, well, maybe not all of the LIU lectures, but it gets you into the National Black, it gets you into the Alhambra when they was falling off the balcony. You feel me? It gets you to Hidden Colors. You dig what I'm saying? It gets you all around the world. It gets you all on YouTube. It gets you on The Breakfast Club. It gets you on Vlad. A lot of work got put in right here. Dr. Jack Felder, right? Legend, an icon. He made transition last year. His son, Nova Felder, he's still out here. Big man, Brother Sanetta. Everybody who was working with Sanetta during that whole time. Brother Johnny, you know what I mean? I could go on for days. It's a list of people who were putting in work day in, day out. Rain, sleet, or snow. Disseminating, doing what the web does now. You see how everybody gets all of this stuff hitting them, recommended and all of that. Imagine that being done in real time with physical DVDs. To have a collection, you was a boss. I don't know too many niggas that had all of the DVDs. I know niggas that had all of the porn. They had all of the collections of Sesame Street, right? They had all the video games. They had all of that stuff. They didn't have all of Dr. Phil's lectures. They didn't have, I know a few, and they still got their libraries, and these people are legends because content is king. They have classical, they have priceless and valuable content. We live in a day and time where intellect is intellectual property, and that is a currency, and that's an economy. We live in a day and time where there's such a name as infopreneur. We live in a day and time where there's a marketplace for information. Facts. It's called Amazon. ClickBank. Right? Alibaba. Right? There's marketplaces. eBay for intellectual property. There's some books that was being sold out here years ago. Right? I think like in 2003. They $5,000 online right now. All of the books. I promise you, they was being sold right there. Dr. York books. They got some of the York books up there. Uriel Bey, God bless the ancestor. His books up there. It's all kind of stuff. There's evaluation. There's Forbes articles that talk about the woke industry. Peace, God. There's Forbes article to talk about the woke industry being valued at $44 billion. Okay? So they've already evaluated, they've added valuation. We're not the woke industry. We're not the woke marketplace. We play in the woke marketplace. We're the conscious marketplace. But they try to cast a net, and it doesn't even cast over consciousness. They're just talking about people who are woke, like diet woke. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Niggas just lay in bed, you know? You could be woke and not get out the bed. So when you're conscious, conscious is action, conscious is a verb. The same thing that God is a verb. It's an action. So you're doing. You're not talking about it. You're not thinking about it. You're not having those eureka moments like, you know, when a nigga hit the blunt. You ain't having those moments. You're actually getting up and doing something. You're active, right? You're conscious. You're guiding. You feel me? Generator, operator, destroyer. So when you get into that mode, then you go into the consciousness. Then there's other levels to that shit. Because people think it stops at consciousness. Niggas have the audacity to be like, yo, I don't want to be conscious no more. Nigga, bye. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Flag on the play. How dare you? You don't have the right to say what you are and you aren't. Nigga, you into school, you know what I mean? That's like being a dropout. Oh, I don't want to play along. I don't want to be on a path anymore. I don't want to know thyself anymore. I don't want to keep taking L's anymore. I don't want to learn the lessons from the mistakes that I made anymore. That's what niggas is saying. I don't want to follow or dick ride the lecturer of the week anymore. Because that's what be happening with all of these guys. They be in their feelings. They wild emo on YouTube because they're leader guy, you know what I mean, didn't live up to his standards. He couldn't hold the charge. So this is the race. We're in a race. So like I said, I've been running a motherfucking treadmill out here for a very long time, and I've seen a lot of people drop off the treadmill. Facts. You understand? It's kind of lonely out here these days. Right? Anthony, he was out. How long were you out here? How long did we know each other out here? Huh? Years. Many, many moons. Like 2007 or 6. Maybe before that. When I was just getting into this thing here. You know what I mean? So we putting together, we just briefly talking about this upcoming documentary that we're doing about the Strip. You know what I mean? And the impact that this square footage, when I get the dimensions, is probably added up to 44, more than likely. When I get the dimensions, we'll let you know. But the impact that the work that's been done right here, this landmark area, right there, this slab of consciousness, this portal. So people gotta, I don't even know what people gotta do, but they, you know what I mean? I just want them to understand what contribution looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like, what it smells. Nigga, we got receipts. You understand? So a lot of shit has been done. More things are being done as we stand here and speak. We live in a quantum universe. You cannot qualify or quantify or come up with any kind of equations, the impact of the videos, that because now it's digital. So all of those lectures are chopped up. All of those lectures are now in a digital realm. They're in a cyberspace. They're in a unique space that I'm here to let you know is making the pillars of the matrix shake. Facts, just based off of my travels alone. Nigga, I'm popping in the airport. Are you serious? Real talk. I can't go anywhere on the green earth. So if they see me, they gotta see all of us. And what they tell them and what I'm seeing and the things that are being exposed to me, y'all need to just keep doing what you do. But you gotta stay true to self. You can't say no goofy shit like, oh, I don't want to be conscious no more. I don't want to be a player no more, right? You don't want to be conscious no more. No. You have to continue on your path. It's called a hero's journey. Nigga, you're going to take an L or two. You go to the movies and see it. You read comic books and play video games. You're taking all kind of losses then. But you play again, right? So you're offered all of these second and third and 1 million chances. Don't give up. Do not give up. The only thing that's being done is you're being shown by the fallacies and others that you who are imperfect should not be looking at another man or woman as being perfect when all they're doing is teaching you. You niggas go to college and try to pull that shit off? No. You're not looking in perfection to your professor or your teacher or the, you know what I mean, or the dean and the principal. You allow them to be who they are. All right, teach me this course. Let me know what's going on. Then boom, you go about the next class. So why in consciousness do people not allow themselves to go from class to class or teacher to teacher to teacher or school to school to school to get to 720? These retards are running around with 90 degrees of information. And they think that it ended right there. You know what I'm talking about? These are retards running around here. And they're running y'all. They have real estate and people's feeble and the reptilian brains of many of our people. You know what I'm saying? You have to purge these niggas. You have to get the parasites out of you. A lot of y'all have plugged into consciousness that is completely toxic. A lot of you has plugged into consciousness that's radioactive. A lot of you has plugged into consciousness that has all kind of demonic egregores attached to it. Fuck nigga consciousness. Victimhood consciousness. Trauma consciousness. It's almost like a cancer. You dig what I'm saying? It's a frequency of hate. It's a frequency of jealousy. It's a frequency of envy. So anytime an intellectual giant gets amongst you and acts like he wants to start comparing himself and measuring himself against somebody else when he never even put in no real work. You know what real work is? Real work is building something with your brothers, though, and your sisters. If you can't build something collectively, you haven't done anything. Anybody could build a sandcastle by themselves. You understand? I'm talking about when you collectively show me a conclusion of a project, not a lecture, not a phone call, because that's all a podcast or a blog talk is. You feel me? Not none of that. A project that you niggas labored in. Blood, sweat, and tear. Where's your sweat equity? Oh, we been standing on the front lines and nigga, where's your sweat equity? Fuck you, you just standing on the front lines and for 10 minutes in front of a camera. Nigga, where's your sweat equity? Where's the work? And I come from, where I come from, nigga, the work is rated R. Parental guidance on the work, okay? I'm speaking Swahili, but you understand me, all right? So nobody's putting in work. No scimitars are being swung. So I don't want to hear that. Don't talk about the work. What work, nigga? The twerk you put in? The intellectual aspect of the work, that's great. Okay, that's great. You're a teacher. Call yourself such. You're a scholar. And do what scholars do. Remain scholastic. But if you're not putting in work and you're not building collectively, that's work. And then it just starts. It doesn't stop right there. It starts. So you could be responsible for building the minds of the people in the temple, which is the first to transform a person, invigorate them, charge them, and send them to become a better person. That's work. I do that kind of work. That's work. You dig what I'm saying? By being transparent, by standing in front of the camera and allowing my life to be filmed, allowing my transformation, my growth, my mistakes. You dig what I'm saying? My shit is an open book. My life has always been in front of the world on the Truman Show since I decided to tap in. Because when I tapped in, I knew what it was, nigga, global. Hide from who? For what? Nigga, I'm standing amongst Phil Valentine. He invited me. Dr. Sebi said, nigga, turn up. So we turned up. They was telling us to turn up for decades. And we was like, nah, we good. We giving power to the nigga round. And we planted our seeds and we made our bones in that world. And now we here. You feel me? And when we showed up and we showed out, we built up our legacy and unfolded you know what I mean? We unfolded as we found out who we were. That's when y'all found out. Sometimes you're so in the grave, in the shallow grave, in your lower self, in your reptilian brain, in your mortal self, right? In your Clark Kent, nigga, or in your Peter Parker, that you forget that you Superman. You forget the Spider-Man. You forget the superhero aspect of self because you're so stuck in this mortal world doing what? Eat, shitting, sleeping, fucking, you know what I mean? Pissing, drinking, you know, all of this. You're not in that higher realm. So my experience is out here, being on this grid, being charged up frequency-wise on this grid, right? On this sacred space where Malcolm and them stood, where Marcus Garvey came true. You feel me? With Father Allah and all them. They did what they did out here. They walked these streets. They put in mad work. It's still in the corridor. Energy never dies. So you're tapping in, and by tapping in, remember, water runs underneath Harlem. Underneath these streets is a whole river. It's river to river, right? And it's a fault line, real talk. Water runs underneath this. Piezoelectricity is what Manhattan, if you go and research piezoelectricity, Manhattan is all quartz. Manhattan is a large quartz. Piezoelectricity is applying force to quartz to emit energy. That's what they do in the trains and all of that stuff. So the pressure that they put with the skyscrapers and all of that in Manhattan, it adds a certain kind of energy. That's why when you step foot in Manhattan, which was a spiritual place prior to it being the financial capital and the Empire State, it was a ritualistic spiritual area. It was quartz, black quartz, right? Prior to that, that's what they were doing. So the piezoelectricity is the energy that's emitting from this land, Manhattan. You could feel it when you land. You could feel it when you walk on it. Especially when the towers was up, you could really feel it. Remember the towers were built with tuning, that was all tuning forks. That was a supreme ritual. Tuning forks. Go and do your research. That's all tuning forks. Yes. So I honor the ground in which I stand on because I've held down the fort. You understand? For time memorial. And somebody will come and hold that down once I leave and go wherever my journey takes me. You feel me? But we're going to document. We're gonna put into concrete, put it into film form, silver screen, celluloid. Nothing is real until it's on the big screen. In the world that we live in with our people, they gotta see it on what? 100-foot screens. They gotta see you in 100 feet in order to see you as the giant that you are. So give them what they want. Feed them their cake. You understand? We got the red camera. We got a film crew. You'll see when yeah. Come on, touch on it. Well, touch in the mic.
Nah, don't put the camera on me though.
You don't want the camera. Put the mic.
Nah, I just wanted to talk about what you said about this BP election, yeah, and how they know that this is a very spiritual center. If you go to Chambers Street, you ever been to that station where they have the eyes out there? And that work of art is called the Oculus. Now they built the new transportation hub, and what is that called? So it's telling you what this is all about, and also the fact that a lot of slaves were buried in that area, right there. So it's a fact.
Right underneath the federal jail, right underneath the Supreme Court, right underneath the Manhattan tombs. They call it the tombs, and they got slaves buried under there. That's how they lay it out, with the Chinese right there locking it down. Okay? That's how they lay it all out. So all of the slaves in downtown Manhattan are in all of the areas where they're putting our people inside of cells, inside of batteries, inside of where they're warehousing energy. You understand? They're trapping giants. They've taken the Blackamoor Messiahs, the messianic forces that our people possess, and they are trapping it in ritualistically putting their bonds, because in all of those places now they're trading them. The stock market is right up the block, so those bonds, those NYSE numbers, those numbers, they're being traded like stocks and bonds inside of the Manhattan tombs, central booking, you know what I mean, 101 Center, and all of these, the Fed building on top of the slave burial. Come on, man. Right at the mouth, right by the tower, right where the towers fell, right at the mouth of this ancestral quartz. So it's not slave burials. They probably buried the people who they bodied once they came and took this shit. They could say slave burial to any bones, but that's more than likely the inhabitants and the royalty and the people who were the inhabitants of this sacred land. Nigga, this Manhattan. So anyway, all right. Yeah, so the movie, which is episode 1 of a 7-episode series, you know, we're exploring filmmaking and things of that nature. We got a powerful film crew that's only growing by the day, because since we did this paradigm shift, this thing, I can't tell you how much everything has exploded. I can't tell you how much my paradigm has shifted. I can't tell you how much my eyes have opened up, because I now see what was missing the whole time. Because like I said, I've been out here for many moons and whatnot, many seasons, many winters, many hard body winters, you know what I mean? You know, many, many a lot. Many eclipses, full moons, blue moons, and red moons. And I'm here to let you know, it wasn't no easy walk in the park. It was never no easy walk in the park, yo. Like, so when you'll see through the documentation of what it was to be out here, what we were up against, what the forces were, how they came at us, you know what I mean, from all different kind of angles, at all different kind of times. You know, this is still New York. You know what I'm saying? So nothing is as it seems. It's a movie, though. You know what I mean? It's a movie, and we have a story to tell, and we're going to start off our story in the place where the story started at. The greatest story never told. You know what I mean? The greatest story never told. And this is not for egotistical braggadocio. Everybody will get their credit. Everybody will get their props. This is about adding valuation. This is about telling the story. This is about documenting your story. Remember, Cosby can't tell his story, but Quincy did. Michael Jackson didn't tell his story. Prince didn't tell his story. You understand? Their story is up for interpretation now. James Brown didn't tell his story. If you see the Quincy Jones documentary on Netflix, you will understand how the story's supposed to be told. He went in. He went in. Michael Jackson never got to tell his own story. You must tell your own story. Your documentary has to play at your funeral. You have to speak about your experiences, what you went through in this lifetime, your mistakes, your fuck-ups. Don't let anybody speak it for you. So the key is to tell the story before anybody. Nobody could tell the story about 125th but the people who were on 125th. I wasn't out here every day. There was 3 people who I could say 4 or 5. Red Pill, Blue Pill, Sutek, Sonetta, Jack, and Nova Felder. Jack Felder's an ancestor. He's not here anymore. So consistently, for over 13 to 14 years, there hasn't been anybody but those 5 people consistently out here. So nobody can tell the story but us. Everything else is an interpretation. Nobody knows the shit that I know because I haven't told anybody. Sonetta hasn't told everybody everything that he knows. Nova Felder hasn't told everybody. Sutek hasn't told. So, nah. You niggas gonna get this work. The story, the greatest story never told. And we're gonna speak also about the evolution and the rise of what is known as the conscious community. How Blue Pill played an instrumental part in that with him and Black Dot at Four Corners newspaper. Eventually, Black Dot forming Third Eye Productions, bringing in Phil and Bobby and LIU, and the rest is history because it was the work that Brooklyn was doing. In a lecture scene, a lot of work was being done in LIU with Bobby and Phil, Delbert, Hakeem Bey, and a few other dignitaries when they revamped the lecture scene. All right, and then that built up the library. That Sonetta was able to sell the DVDs, and it breathed life. So remember, the lecturers was the fucking man back in the days. If anybody remembers, back in the days, it wasn't the people selling your shit. People pay homage to the lecturers. The teachers had more value. You're dealing with adding valuation. Peace to the God. What's good? Yes. How's everything? All right? Yes, yes. Yeah. We was talking about the years that we had out here and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No doubt. Indeed. Yeah, yeah. How you been?
Everything is good, man.
That's right.
You know, it's all about the thought.
Yeah. Indeed. No doubt. No doubt.
Keep that positive thought, keep that positive energy.
No doubt. Show the brother. You don't mind getting on? Oh, nah, you don't like the cam? No doubt. But you see how we building about those years? Then the God pop up. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's just the answer. That's how you just have to be. You have to do. Like the brother said, don't think about it. What the Nike tell niggas, just do it. Just do it. You, God, don't tell me about nothing. Do it. I need to see it. Because, like I said, being with the shifters, being in a movement where everybody is doing their thing. Nobody is holding up anyone. Everybody is cutting their own lane. Everybody is bossing in their own way. Everybody is in control of their own movement and brand and all of that. They have their own voice. So we're able to tuck the ego and put that shit to the side because we know that's what destroys movements. We know that's what stifles greatness. We know that's the shit that has always been an issue with us completing our motherfucking mission. It's that money, but it's that ego. We all have egos. You have to have it. So that's a part of the confidence. But what I'm talking about is the alter ego or the super ego or egomania or ego tripping. So everybody keeps each other in check. We got work to do for the people we're representing millions now. By forming that collective, now we're representing millions. We have a voting block, right? We have a whole population to fill not a town, but a city. Now we have a currency, right? We have a financial investment block. We have an equity block. We have a stock market. And we have a marketplace, because amongst all of the people who are members of each one of, collectively as the shifters and each one of our movements, everybody's talented. Everybody has gifts. Everybody has skills. So this could be known as Consciousness 2.0. When there's a group coming together that's actually doing something with tangible results in real time. In real time. You dig what I'm saying? Utilizing their followings, utilizing the numbers utilizing their impressions, utilizing their social media impact. Because you got micro influencers and now you have macro. So a macro influencer is somebody with 1 million followers or more. Collectively, we got more than that. So we're about to macroly influence. You thought that we influenced the hip hop game in the last 10 years, where Jay-Z's conscious, or no, he's woke, huh? We live in a bizarro world where Jay-Z is woke and Kanye is cooning. How did that happen? Right? Beyonce woke. They said that she dealing with the Yoruba. If they said extreme witchcraft and I saw her go to Cuba, right? And I saw them in Africa, I'd be like, all right, to a Christian, extreme witchcraft would be burning sage sometimes. No, or extreme witchcraft is they saw a chicken die. I'm not against that. Me personally, especially if you in the music industry, all of them is sorcerers. All of them is warlocks. They cooking, they spirit cooking, they doing all of that. So if you in a room full of vultures, how you protected? These niggas' guns don't work. You can't be protected with a hammer. Either you got a lawyer or you got the spirits with you. That's it. So the people who have navigated through the industry had one of those two things. So like I said, that Quincy Jones shit was monumental. Tell your motherfucking story. Don't ever allow anybody to tell your story for you. If you have a camera like this in your house, you should be making your own documentary. I seen it too many times. When a nigga can't speak for himself and they drag you when you gone. Bill Cosby can't tell his story anymore. Right? But if he had a documentary on Netflix and he admitted that he was an adulterer and, he spoke about what really went down, I was slipping pills like you niggas do that today. And I'm sorry that I critique you niggas because I was ratchet when I was younger too. Because look at all of these white women that look like men that I slept with. No, not just her. That nigga has a tendency. They showed a few of them to look like men. But they aged very horribly, but then they showed her young, she looked like a man. So yeah, he's a weirdo, like all of them are weirdos, right? He's just one of the bunch, because all of these niggas like trannies, so it seems. But I don't think that he did what they saying that he did. He slipped them pills like these niggas. So I want these niggas today to know something. Please pay attention to this. The same Beckys that you niggas is slipping mollies to, Snapchapping a sloppy toppy with, running chains on Instagram, just know this. 30 months from now, they could come back and haunt you with this Me Too shit or a mutation of what you're seeing now. Because that's what's happening with, that's what happened with him. So, be cautious. Y'all play with it if you want. They got it now to where they could just say that you niggas did something and it's a wrap. So tread very lightly. You know what I mean? Tread very lightly. Because that case that shit was a ritual, it set a precedence, and they're going to utilize that to galvanize against the black male principle like they've been doing. Demonizing, criminalizing, and almost, dehumanizing the archetype. Toxic masculinity, and all of these other names, these colorful names that they coming up with, right? To do what? For propaganda purposes. So you got to stay focused, you know what I mean? Keep some powerful goddesses, some sisters who are about that life around you. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you don't need no seers, you don't need no diviners, you don't need no woman who could tell you what's going to happen when you go outside. You know what I mean? Nobody who ain't willing to motherfucking cut a chicken for you. Because if they going to feed you that shit, why they can't sacrifice it? It don't make no sense. They going to feed you the arsenic, whereas they could have did a ritual on it, cut that shit up, and then fed it to the gods, and now you got bankrolls, you got duffels in your hand. You got what you want. You could take care of the op without even touching them. Y'all could play with it if you want. I'm not on camera talking about shit that you niggas, the game is to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to even do that one. I give enough free cloth. I pitch enough pearls. But we're taking a lot of this information that's not for the profane, that's not for the masses, the shit that you're not supposed to pitch, and we're making it for quality of membership. You want to come and sit amongst the gods, you have to qualify. Because the internet done fucked life up. You understand? It done destroyed all kind of rules, all kind of codes. Where anybody got access to the gods and the goddesses, and that has to change. So in order to consolidate power, you got to form like Voltron, then you got to square your motherfucking corners, and then you got to tighten your circle. And then it becomes quality of membership. Keyword membership. So, huh? Yeah. It's called a mastermind principle when it's given to you by Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich. He talks about the mastermind principle. The fact that if you have the self-discipline, because you got to discipline your ego, to be in a room with gods and goddesses, to be in a room with people who might be smarter than you, you have to sustain a level of decor. You have to be able to carry yourself in a certain kind of place where those four heads, those four devils try to pop up, you able to keep them down. Jealousy, envy, right? AKA translation, fuck boy. You know what I'm saying? Translation, fuck nigga shit. Goofiness. Bird ass nigganess. You know what I mean? All of these things that mess up all kind of good things. All of these things that break up friendships. All of these things that sabotage movements, jeopardize movements. You feel me? All of these things. No. You have to eradicate that through communication. You got to eradicate that through labor. You got to eradicate that through work. Motherfuckers got to work. Because if you're not working, you jerking. You dig what I'm saying? And if people have the audacity to utter out of their mouths because words are powerful that we're at war, then I need to see you niggas completely always active. How dare you niggas say that on camera freely like that's just something that you could say and then walk off and be goofy. Yo, we at war, God. Really, nigga? What's your defense? What you doing? What? You said that on film? You're at what? No. The only war that I'll acknowledge is the war within. Other than that, there is no war. That's the only war, you know what I'm saying? That's the only Chris we acknowledge is Wallace. There's nothing else going on. I'm out here chilling with y'all. Ain't nothing affecting my hologram. You know what I mean? Sales are always exploding. Niggas is always busting nuts. So bombs are always going off. Firecrackers are always popping. Niggas die every day, B. Okay?
Why people scared to get money? Why black
They think money evil.
poverty-stricken mind? You know what I mean?
Yo, they think to be righteous is material. They think that they could be foul, devilish, broke motherfuckers, as long as they show that they're pious, that somehow they're balancing their scales. So poverty consciousness, yeah, I'm spiritual. I just want to breathe. I don't want to get the bag anymore. I don't want to manifest thought. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, yeah. I woke up this morning. All right. So did a rat. So did a rat. And so did a tiger. Yeah, exactly. What are you going out to do to give back, to add on to nature? What are you doing to give back, to speak the word of God? If you really believe in him, if you thanking him for waking you up and your dick's still hard when you wake up, oh, thank God. What are you doing with that? Other than wasting the God within, spilling your seed, right? Losing your light, right? Wasting it, chasing yourself, fucking yourself dumb.
Or either working hard on your job and not working hard on yourself. You're supposed to work hard on yourself than your job.
You know, so we ain't gonna get all preachy on y'all, but we just giving you some, you know what I mean? This is just cloth. This is the way that the cloth is flowing. You know what I'm talking about? This broth talk. I got the cloth, niggas got that broth talk. Chicken soup.
And it seems like with the animals, when you train them in the zoo, especially the elephants, when they're younger, they put a big chain on them. And then they get big and put a little tiny rope on them. They don't even know they could just pull away, but they so conscious, programmed, and, you know, you got to move on and get this money, man.
So what is the information? What does all of those lectures do? Those 8-hour lectures by Phil, those 10-hour lectures by Bobby. You dig what I'm saying? Those health lectures by Dr. Valentine, those health lectures by Dr. Africa, those health lectures with Mama Pill in it, KT the Arch Degree, those Morris science lectures with Todd Tariq Bey, Hakeem Bey, C. Freeman L. You feel me? I see the Duke of Tears. Those Kabbalah lectures with A.A. Rashid, the Kabbalah God. Those Moorish history lessons with True Master. Classics, Uriel Bey. Red and the Blue Pill, you know what I mean? Know the Ledge Radio, you know what I mean? What happened to all of that? So you know what all of those things do? What that brother was talking about. It expands. It breaks the spell. It breaks the curse. It wakes you up. It breathes life into you. It does what? It creates a divine spark. Your pineal is activated, my nigga. Your Uraeus is your pineal, nigga, your shit lit. And you know when it's lit. When you in front of the YouTube, your shit stuck to YouTube like.
Looking just like the last eye.
All right, yeah, the eye of Heru. You feel me? So.
Frederick Douglass on the back of a quarter now.
Frederick Douglass, that's what's up. Frederick Douglass on the back of the quarter. Put that. That's what's up.
Yeah, they got the. Look at your money. Frederick Douglass, brand new.
Yeah, so, you know, if anybody got any questions, I don't, you know what I mean? I got a lot to say, but, you know. Central Park. The fact that niggas saw Hidden Colors, right?
Yeah, Seneca Park. Seneca Park. Yeah, Seneca Park.
So, no, can you hold that up? It's pointed to me. No, see, this is what I'm saying. Now you know about Seneca Village. Every person who saw Hidden Colors and those who studied about Seneca Village prior to that, you know that Central Park is now Seneca Village. So tell me why, when people come to visit New York City, the first place that they go is not Seneca Village. The guard is like, tell me about Seneca Village. Well, goddammit, Seneca Village is still there. It's called Central Park. Bro, it's still, how could you rename something and change what it always has been? That same park is where the ancestors had a whole civilization. So what do I go to do? I go right to the Cleopatra's Needle, the Tippecanoe. It's the Tekken, the needle right behind the Metropolitan Museum. That is a needle. Do you know that that's where all of the rituals take place? That is one of the most holiest places in New York City. If you Kemetic, if you claim in any kind of consciousness, you're supposed to be doing rituals. That shit is limestone. So all of the energy that was put into it in Kemet is inside of it. Limestone holds energy. So that area is where some of the richest people in New York City reside. Why do you think that? Because they live amongst a power grid. They live near the goddamn Tekkenu. That's prime real estate right there. Goddamn, John Lennon lived over there and all of that. All on Fifth Avenue, right across. Central Park has all prime real estate around it. So all of the rich, wealthy New Yorkers went amongst all of that energy. Picture the grid. Remember, wherever we live amongst the woods and forests and parks, that's where we do our magic. Right? In the jungles of Africa, the Congo. When you go into the jungles of Cuba, right? When you go into Jamaica, when you go into Haiti, even with the Celts and whatnot. It's all in the forest, it's all in the woods. So that area, Central Park, was very powerful. It's very instrumental, Strawberry Field and all of these other places.
Where they used to hold them and then send them down to, the next place.
I could have Nova Felder even build on that because they did tours down there, down on Wall Street, Trinity Church that they showed, and the movie National Treasure. And it had all of the Olmec heads, it had Egypt Kemetic treasures and all kind of other things. That's a Masonic secret, you know what I'm saying? But underneath that, there's all kind of shit underneath Wall Street. Huh? My phone? Oh, I'm filming. Yeah. So, all I know is this. Like we were talking about earlier about Manhattan. Manhattan is sacred land. It is a quartz, right? Before it was named Manhattan, this was an ancestral sacred land. So the slave burial grounds right there at the mouth of this island that is a quartz, and they practice the art of what is known as piezoelectricity, where energy is being emitted because pressure is being applied to the quartz. So the train tracks and all of that is laid out across these quartz, and when the trains and all of that go over it, it emits all kind of energy. The skyscrapers, every time that they're building construction with all of these cranes and, you know what I mean? That's the pressure. So the slave burial sites, there's no coincidence that they have the slave burial sites right underneath the federal courthouse. Then the other slave burial site is right underneath the Manhattan tombs. The tombs, remember, the tombs, where they lock niggas down. And the slaves are buried underneath that. And it's my humble opinion that it's not the slaves. They buried the people who are the inhabitants of this sacred land when they came and when they took the land. It's not slaves. They paint everybody with a slave brush. But Seneca Village was inhabited by not no poor people. That whole village was built up like a civilization. They call it Central Park right now. All of the trailways that you go into inside of Central Park, those were native aboriginal trailways. And it wasn't no bum shit. Get off of that. Niggas was cleaner than us in the 30s. How about that? How dare the audacity of the people today when you look at the pictures of the 1800s, why they was sharper than us though? If they were struggling, why they was dressed cleaner than us? They in the 20s with the full length dragon, the full mink dragon, sitting next to the first Fords, my nigga. What are you talking about? Before dope hit Harlem, you could eat off of the ground. Look at the marches that Garvey was in. Everybody had white top hats. Fly as a whistle. Come on. So the drugs destroyed us. You niggas tapping into your inferiority complex destroyed us. Okay, integration destroyed. No, because integration destroyed you. You gave up the ghost. You start believing in something other than yourself, and you attributed all of your greatness, all of your inventions, all of these great things to somebody else because they recently lied to you niggas. Case in point, they didn't lie to niggas in the 1800s because they were creating shit. Facts. That was during the era of Reconstruction and revival. The Wilmington Massacre in 1898, the only coup that was committed on the soils of the U.S.A. was against black people in Wilmington, North Carolina. It was a coup against a black Republican civilization. And after they collapsed them, they created what is known as the Solid South, and they took over. The South, that's white supremacy. That's the KKK and all that shit that you bird-ass niggas is scared of. It started in Wilmington, and it started with a massacre. So Tulsa happened in 1920. How did Tulsa happen? Because they broke the foundation. They said a coup d'etat. So what is a coup d'etat? It's political and it's physical. So thousands got killed. They took over the magistrates, and they took over the goddamn governance, and they created what is known as the Solid South. Go and do your research. The same place that just got flooded by Mama, Wilmington, North Carolina. It just got flooded. Facts. So that's where the fall of the Black Republican, that's where the fall of our republic took place. That's where the fall of the Blackamoors took place, and you niggas got birthed out of that. That's when they started the Jim Crow. That's when they started rioting. That's when they started all of the stuff, or putting black people through the hell that they've been putting us through up to this day. So the pendulum is swinging. You know what I'm talking about? They just flooded. The pendulum is swinging. That means the ancestors are coming back. The ancestors are represented by the waters. It's the knowledge, my nigga. Okay? So like I said earlier, the work that was put on this concrete, this spot that I'm standing right here, my nigga, Google map me. Pull up. Drop my location, huh? Yeah, Google map this shit. Right across the street from the Apollo. Put a fucking star on this bitch when I beam up to Scotty, because the work that we put on this shit is being felt around the galaxy. Fuck is you talking about? The global shit is known. Nigga, I'm talking about the unknown. You niggas know that we global. I'm talking about the unknown, galactical. Okay? They're hearing this shit on Sirius B. How do I know? Because it be winking at me. I'm in touch with the starships. I don't know about you niggas. I don't know how far your connection is. You niggas is on 4G. I'm on 9Gs. I'm on 9Gs. Like,
it'll show you how Con Edison hung out with Lewis Latimer, who made the filament in the light. And then if you Google Ford, it'll show you how he went to Tuskegee and learned from George Washington Carver. Washington Carver gave him a plant and said, here, go study that. That's why they named the plants all over.
Facts. Going back to what
that brothers don't know, because all you got to do, y'all like to Google the shit if you don't like to read. And you also have to get this money, man. Don't believe this money is evil. This money is a blessing. This is spiritual. This is all real. Y'all see the shirt. Y'all see the shirt. Y'all see
all
it.
spiritual.
I made these shirts.
That's
I
right.
sell these shirts.
So he took, so what do you do? He did what?
Imagination.
He took a piece of cotton. For you niggas still caught up on that slavery shit, you're still traumatized. He took a piece of cotton, he added an image to it, and he increased the value of that cotton. Yeah, so you increase the value of the cotton and you get your money back. Stop playing with us. Make your own bread. Make your own bread. We make it magic. And there's never been a day that I haven't been out here doing commerce. Nigga, I'm not out here being on camera. This is a lunch break.
That's right.
Keep.
You don't need a job. You got to create jobs. Create it.
Hire who? I hired myself so I could fire myself and I could retire myself. Nigga, what? Hire me? You don't have enough money to pay me by the hour. I make $100 an hour out here on a good run. Are you serious? Hire who? You couldn't hire me. I got hired by Macintosh. I worked for Steven Jobs. When I bought my Mac, I was on, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Creative Suite. I was on. iMovie. Wi-Fi. Huh? I work for Apple, nigga. I'm in a Genius Bar. You know what I'm talking about? Hire who? I learned the hard way. I had to hit rock bottom, though, to get that jewel. You know what I'm saying? You niggas need to pay me for that bar. You know what I mean? No, because I paid the price to get that jewel. But after I hit rock bottom, I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? I started putting logos and images and icons on cotton. My own shit that I discovered was me. I know you got some of my shirts. Put that shit in a frame. Put it in, I know, huh? Each one teach one. I gave him the game, but inside the game is me, huh? You can't do game without me. I learned that from the OG in Best Style. Shout out to the God. You know what I'm saying? So, no, you gotta each one teach one. I'm here to influence because I've been influenced. Nigga, we create gods and goddesses, Negro. You know what I'm talking about? We'll take you out of your Negro self into your Naga self and up into your Negus. So, as long as I've been inspired, I've been inspiring others. Each one teach one. You eat, I eat. I shine, you shine. Like I said, until recently, I couldn't even see it because it was so hard to have people around who are willing to form Voltron and do what got to be done for the work of the people and do what really got to be done about establishing a value, demanding that you add value to what we do, demanding that you add, you know what I mean? You got to add value. You got to add penalties to the things. You got to add reward systems to all of the things that we do. So when you do good, I'm going to reward you. Here, take an award. Here, take a plaque. Here, take a few racks. You dig what I'm saying? We have to have a reward system. These niggas in the hood got reward systems. Crackheads got reward systems. The Chichi man got reward systems. Real talk. 20, yeah. You could be Roman, right? And there's a payoff to that. They got a bag for you. You could play in Rome. You could win in Rome, be a Roman. Sorry to bother you. You could play in corporate America and adapt corporate culture and play the game, right? And allowed to be the fucking help, right? And do what you got to do and take all kind of shots, subliminals, and straight up 3-0s where they wash you for 3 rounds and you don't say nothing. You could play that game, or you could do what? You could say, nah, I'm playing against, I'm fully aware that I'm on this team and you're on that team. I'm not going to be on your side saying, no, I'm playing for that side, but I always show up on your side of the board. How the fuck does that work? No, I'm just the spook. Nigga, the spook never spoke, huh? Yes, the spook never spoke. All of these spooks, nobody's speaking. I'm not convinced of that. So I'm on this side. And when I deal with Europeans, they're on the other side of the table, whether it's the negotiation table, the clothing table, or the food table, okay? And we're feeding them some kale salad or something else.
The universe and the human body, of course.
What happened?
The universe, the relationship between the universe and the human body.
The micro and the macro. When you look into the cosmos, you're looking at yourself. Understand? You're looking at yourself. Like I said, nothing is happening. The only thing that's going on is everything within you.
When you said,
you are your own.
we shine, that's what made me think of that.
They keep finding all of these universes. Nigga, they finding you. It's all you. So you're the micro of the macro. Yes, all we are all lights. We're reflections of a divine light clothed. Hold on. We're reflections of an angle of light, an angel, an angle of light, a divine reflection of light clothed into this flesh, this avatar, this spacesuit. This spacesuit is intricately artificially designed to do what? To navigate this earthly plane. The same thing that you saw in Avatar with the blue Navi with Scully. He did what? Downloaded his spirit into the blue avatar so he could walk the plane of what? Pandora. That's the same thing this body is. That's why when our spirit or our light leaves our body at night, we're basically a husk. When the shit really leaves, when we give up our spirit, and what happens to the husk? It goes back where? To the earth, where it comes from. So this is just a spacesuit. This is not you. So you are the universe. Your God experience himself is almost like droplets of water inside of an ocean. You're still the fucking ocean. You feel me? The body is just a fucking Benz. Your body's a Bugatti. Your body is a machine. Your body is an avatar. It's only a suit. Remember, artificial design, the fish, the fucking lion, all of these things are artificially designed like how you would build something to live out a program.
You don't.
So that's you're open sourced. You're open source. You now have the ability to do things that gods do. You understand? You have the willpower. You have the ability to make decisions and whatnot. Oop, boop. Time is up. The game is to be sold. Oh, yeah, that's enough for the free trial. Facts. Okay? I'm not giving you all of this. But, yeah, that's right.
Commitment, goals. You gotta write your goals.
Enthusiasm. You niggas better have enthusiasm about the shit that you're doing. I don't give a fuck if you a twerker. You better be committed. Don't ever in my life let me hear anybody say, oh, I'm not conscious no more. Nigga, you're not breathing anymore. You don't have the right. You don't have the, you cannot say that you're not. That's like Neo saying I'm not unplugged anymore. Then you're Cypher in the Matrix. There's only one way out. So no, if shit is rough, if the person that you was bandwagoning and dick riding for the past I don't know how many years, if he winds up becoming a goofy in your eyes and, oh, I don't want to become, no, look into yourself. Work on yourself. Stop following everybody. This shit is Netflix. It's a fucking movie. This is just entertainment. Focus on your movie. 'Cause you can't live nobody else's. I love you too. All right? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I got those shirts right there. Yeah. Take a souvenir, put it on your wall. I know, put it in a frame. Put it in a frame. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is, man. We have to be, enthusiasm is something that's missing in a lot of our people when they present who they are to the world. That's all we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Just be you. I'm just being me. Nothing special about it. I'm just being me. You feel me? I'm just being free, but I'm letting you know that there's tools and there's steps and there's ways that you can achieve that. It just don't happen overnight. And it's not just through watching videos. You feel me? It's a regimen. It's a path. These are steps that you take. So being out here for all of this time leaves me qualified. This work that has been done, whether you niggas see it on camera or not, because everybody thinks that it's only the shit that they see on YouTube. This is an hour of a camera on during our coffee break or our moringa break or whatever. It's all kind of shit going on that you'll never see. But the work that's been done on and off camera has changed the world forevermore. Collectively, not individually, collectively. I'm just speaking for us. Collectively. It's a pantheon of gods and goddesses. Collectively. But we the twin pillars at the gates. I'm holding my post. My light is emitting from this black dot right here. Facts. You dig what I'm saying? Facts. And, you know, it is what it is. Namaste, you motherfuckers. I love you. All right? Love and light. We're going to end it on that because I got to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? Hold on real quick before we get back to work. Nah, because Nova's coming. That phone is about to die, so peace to the family. You know, I got to log off. But peace, peace. You know, it's a beautiful thing. Like I said, we are going to be in Houston October 14th. Houston, Texas, the Paradigm Shifters. All 3 of us. No, I'm just playing. All 8 of us. Derek Grace, Sister Ajna, Rizza Islam, Brother Ben X, Pop Darby, Red and Blue Pill, 19 Keys, Billionaire PA. You feel me? We're gonna converge. We're gonna make some moves in Texas. Then we're gonna go to LA, Los Angeles. Then after Los Angeles, we're coming to Philly. So we're making our rounds. We're going to be global in a minute. We're going to go across the pond. And we're also going into Africa sometimes in 2019. So moves are being made. You know what I mean? I have more to talk about, but we'll leave that on another date. Red Pillar, Patreon /Red Pillar. Sign up because, like I said, we have these online courses coming. KTLmedia.com. We have online courses through The Shifters. Go to Instagram, at The Shifters _ Shifters University, Know the Ledge University, KTL Media. We got things going on. Melanin Mondays. Check me on YouTube, Phil T. Moreland. All right, I know it's a lot of shit going on. Kings County, yo, come here real quick, guard. Yo. Call the guard with the red shirt. We got things going on. I want y'all to support the clothing line, Kings County. You know what I'm saying? We out here doing the work. We have the street wear wardrobe, keyword war, drobe. Come here, Lord. Let me, guard. Show them the jewels. You know what I'm saying? Peace. You know, our Taino brothers. You know what I'm talking about? Our Arawak brothers. You niggas stop playing. Yo, let me show this shirt real quick. Yeah. You know, Conscious Clothing. This is one of my avid supporters and whatnot. He has a collection of Kings County. You know, I suggest that y'all get every piece in the collection. You know what I'm saying? Treat it with the value that it's worth, because it's not always gonna be here. You feel me? This is a moment, and you know, thank you. The smart ones amongst us will understand what I'm talking about, and they'll take advantage of what's being offered to them. The slow ones and those of us who are asleep and just woke, laying in the bed, playing with themselves, they're going to get it when it's too late. But hey, that's the story of their lives. So with that being said, love and light to the family. Peace to you and yours. October 27th, Houston with Professor Griff. We're going to be doing the state of the hip hop. The state of the hip-hop world, or the state of the hip-hop universe, or the, you know, we got a working title. I don't want to take Joe Budden's title of his show, but it's going to be in that range. So we'll give it from our perspective, because I love what they're doing, but there's certain levels, there's certain degrees, there's certain frequencies, there's certain perspectives, there's certain narratives that have to be introduced when we're talking about the most important musical, cultural genre that's affecting the world today, and that's hip-hop. And we take it serious. And we eat, breathe, shit, and sleep it. Peace, Sterling. Peace, God. All right, yeah. All right, I'm great. Yeah, so peace to the family. One.
Peace and blessings. I know y'all enjoyed that. I know y'all enjoyed the man they call Red Pill.
You don't mind just a quick
Brother Pimpizzy. Getting ready to take this picture here. Shit, man, that was rough, boy. Am I pressing the right one? Yeah, boy, that was powerful. That was powerful. My boy, Brother Pimpizzy right here. Pimpizzy, we come up from Philly. Sinetta let me use the platform right here. We getting this shit on. And more is about to come. So be looking for us and Brother Jabari and so on and so forth, man. That was powerful. I'm at a loss for words right now. I didn't even expect this day to come, but this is Brother Sakim signing off. Until next time, peace.